Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm very happy to be back with another product from FIFINE, the AM8 Pro T. I hope that's how you pronounce that, Pro T. I call it Pro T, and AM8 is the important part for me because we already know the AM8 from FIFINE, and that is a really great microphone, especially for the price point below 60 euros I think right now. And if that thing hits evenly hard as the normally AM8, we will find out in that video. And as you have already can see, we have some more RGB shenanigans going on. But I'm getting ahead of myself. As always, a great product journey starts with a box. And that's the box. And as you can see, we have here the three main features of the microphone here written down: changeable RGB lighting, dual USB XLR connectivity. This is the one they always get me with. 3-in-1 audio control, whatever that means, we will find out. And let's get that thing out of the box. Let's get it out there. Far so familiar, FIFINE amplifiers, user guide, amplifier. Ampli game, I wanted to say. Quick start guide with all the things you need to know when setting up the microphone. Yada yada yada, cool stuff. And here we already have the microphone. You can see here. But as always, we take a closer look at all the accessories. First, USB-C cable with an adapter to USB-A. Always appreciated, love that stuff, because I think everybody can relate. You never have enough USB-C these days. What else do we have here? Another cable that is going into the arm. Okay, here mounting stuff for the arm. And the arm itself has its own USB power cable, I guess, or not only power, I guess, power and control of that whole RGB magic that is happening, because you can see here, this is not just a design element that is in white here. It's also housing that RGB LEDs in there. The arms feel stronger compared to the previous one I tested with the AM8. Not so flimsy anymore. Looking forward to that. But of course, whoa, let's get that microphone out there. Ooh, it's quite heavy, I have to admit. Let's tidy up here a little bit. So, yes, wow, massive knob on the front of the microphone. All plastic here. You can see we have some foam for protection. Same stuff as from the normal AM8. You speak in this direction into the microphone, and yeah, feels everything quite sturdy. Is plastic, of course. That is metal, I guess. The heaviest part is, I think, that screwing part, or whatever you call it. That feels quite heavy, so it really tends, you can see, yeah, we have a lot of weight here. And here you can see, of course, we have USB-C and we have an RGB or light button. I don't see a mute button as we are used from the AM8 on the device. Beside of that, maybe it's the press of the button here of the wheel. We'll see all that in the future. But of course, here you have headphones out and my beloved XLR out. And that's pretty cool on my book, so you can use it as your regular, I don't know, streaming, gaming microphone on your PC, but you can also use it quite professionally in any setup, because XLR is the way to go in any professional environment. And so you have something really future-proof with the microphone, again, from AM8. Love that. Yeah, but that's basically it. I have to be careful with that arm. It makes some music on its own. That's basically it with the content of the box. So I would say we just install that beautiful microphone at my rig and check it out, what it can do and how it compares to its predecessor. And here we are already connected to my computer, and as you would expect it, just plug and play. Plug it in, your computer does the rest. Of course, the programs you want to use, you need to configure it accordingly, but it's really that easy. And you know what? You are already hearing the great sound of the FIFINE AM8 Pro right now because I have set it up in this recording. Let's switch over to the microphone from my camera, and for comparison's sake, as I did last time, let's compare it with a headset you maybe used from your Discord sessions or whatever your Zoom calls. You will be terrified about the sound quality. But normally this is how people sound in my Discord, yeah? And this is how you can sound in the future if you want. If you invest into a great fine. And the great part is you don't need to invest much because this goes for a price. I still can't believe that microphones out there in this quality for that price. So it's already in love. Video is over, quality is great again. But of course, let's talk about the different features. We can see here already the microphone is lighting up according to my voice. So the RGB is going crazy down there. You can choose from a variety of different modes, pulsating, reacting to your voice, just breathing, so it goes up and down in intensity, a rainbow, or what is it called, circle, so that it runs around in colors and stuff like that. To control that, you have a little button down here you already saw. I'll show you again. You just press that and then you can just circle through all the different modes. I won't do it right now because I'm talking in the microphone and you will hear every touch of the microphone, of course, in the recording. So it's not that smart to do that while recording. But nevertheless, a lot of RGB possibilities, a lot of modes to express yourself. Beside of that, only thing that wasn't super clear from the beginning for me with this microphone, because everything else is really straightforward. I thought maybe muting, that's the thing everybody uses in Discord, Zoom, wherever you use a microphone like this, you need a mute button. So my instinct was press that knob. But with that knob, you just switch between those different modes to adjust, which are only relevant if you're using the headphone jack on the microphone. So if you use it via USB, you can change the mix level between your computer or wherever you have connected to and the microphone. So this is the first one. Then the second one is just the volume of your headphones. And the third one is the gain amplification of that microphone. So you need to adjust, maybe you sit farther away, then you need to push the gain up, or you have a really not that loud voice or something like that. You know, change the gain to change the game. But of course, there's a mute button, but you need to know it because it's at least not that intuitive for me. There's nothing that indicating that. At this point, I really swear I have read the user manual, but somehow I managed to overlook that very subtle mute label. And in reality, that's the tab area to mute and unmute the microphone. So sorry for not all the right facts here. Indicating that, because just tap that indicator here and you see it's glowing bright red, and that thing is muted now, as you can hear, because I'm using a different audio input right now. So just press it again and we are back in the great fine quality world. So what else to say? Before I hit down on the XLR output, let's talk about the arm, because that also got a great RGB update. And here it is in all its glory. Had to tone the lights down so you can experience it in all its glory. And yes, with that little button, you can circle through all of these different colors and light modes of that stand. And I don't know why I call it always a stand. It's more an arm. It's a microphone arm. Sorry for that. But the real question that immediately came to my mind, or at least in my mind, was, can you synchronize the microphone with the arm, or do we have to press the buttons until both of them are the same color? And of course there are ways to synchronize those two devices. And let's clear the stage for Fifine's newest development, their own device controller software, Fifine Genie. And to be honest, I used it for some time now, and this thing, I like it really more than this software from the big competitors, I have to admit. But we are here for the RGB light control. This is where you can synchronize all your devices from Fifine. So what's happening here? Here you have a list of your devices, and you see we have AM8 Pro, that's our microphone. We just pull it over there, we drag it there, and the Fifine BM38 is our stand.
So you can see here we have slightly transparent that device visible. But what is happening here? If the devices are in front of you, you can see immediately what's happening, because the position of the device on this screen defines the color that RGB will display. So right now, when I put it here and on the opposite side the stand will always have the colors that are appearing here, and the FIFINE AM8 will always have the colors that are here. So you can make here very dynamic effects, and they have some crazy effects pre-set here. So like the matrix, and now the matrix is running over my FIFINE devices, or crazy radar, some crazy effects here. But of course, you can also use your own images, as I have here just a test image, and where you can just simply drag and drop them to different colors you just want. You could even make, for example, your whole room and have different corners with different colors in your room. So it can just, and that could also rotate. So you can have a rotation through your room. Some really crazy stuff. And I love that how they implemented that whole idea here. So that's really well made and works right out of the box. And once again, great stuff from FIFINE. Like it. And then only our little XLR test is missing, and therefore I just used the outro so you can see we are connected via XLR. Of course, all the RGB magic is gone in that mode, but of course then you have all the professional control over the microphone you need. And as you can hear, it's also a great sounding microphone. Doesn't matter how you connect it. Now even with more RGB magic, even on the arm, as you have seen it, and coming with a great new software that also works. And keep in mind, that's the first software, and that is really stable, well working, didn't have any crash, worked everything right off the box. So also only positive things to say so far about the software from them. Quite happy with their Fifine Genie. And so yeah, I'm happy with everything about that microphone. So just check it out. All the infos you need you find down in the description, and maybe also a discount code. Not sure about that in a moment, but that thing is so affordable that I don't know why you would need a discount code, because normally you pay $200 for a quality like this in a microphone. So wow, I take this microphone every day of the week, so really in love with that. That said, I hope you liked that video. If so, give it a thumbs up, follow the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button. And so long, I wish you a beautiful day and have all the best recordings. Bye bye.